All right. What is up, gamers? We have Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for you. A fan favorite, for sure. And Migas is going to be doing two-player battle.
Let's
Brought to you by
go.
commentary with Maximilian Blaze.
Hello.
All right, well, take it away.
Thank you.
Explain it away. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you so much. So, yeah, we're gonna be going through the action stages with Metal Sonic on 2P, where is available to play as in Vanilla SA2. And yeah, hope you all enjoy the run. I'll just time the start and then I'll let Maximilian do the commentary, because I can't do two things at the same time.
He's gonna focus on
Yeah, and try to.
running the game.
Yeah, so time will start in 3, 2, 1, now.
Alright, so for a bit of context when it comes to Metal Sonic has like a higher acceleration than other characters like Sonic and Shadow, making it especially prevalent in sliding stages like Downtown Race and City Escape. So here Migas is gonna attempt to do this as fast as possible. However, he also has to be mindful that he doesn't go too fast, as going above the speed he might hit into a wall. So right here he slows down on this one, for example, where he makes sure does not hit the wall. And as we're gonna see after other stages, for example, Metal Sonic has a special functionality, which is the Black Shield. This Black Shield is a substitute for skills. So while Sonic and Shadow and other characters have skills, Black Sonic has a Black Shield which has a bunch of interactions with other physics engines, making it a very unique character. So this stage is mainly a show off of the faster acceleration, and Migas did it just fine, no issues there. So now we're gonna show the higher acceleration on grinders. One very important thing here at the start, due to Metal Sonic's physics, he actually grinds much faster going facing backwards. So right there at the start he slowed down and then started accelerating backwards. This is mainly used on longer rails, as longer rails have a much higher amount of time that you can abuse the higher acceleration. Right here, he's gonna try to seems to have a team. Oh, we're gonna be back.
Want me to comment it?
Okay. No, it's fine. Right here he paused. Pausing in this game only affects real time, as in-game time disables any pausing when it comes to counting down. So for individual levels, it's much more used. As you can see, grind race is very easy for Metal Sonic. He's very fast on grind. Right here is not going backwards because he has no opportunity prior to go backwards. And as I was saying earlier, the Black Shield actually increases your vertical speed, making it akin to having higher gravity, which is a very usable when you're flying a very big amount of time. And for example, while Sonic and Shadow might prefer being on the rails because they have lower acceleration in the air, Metal Sonic abuses the Black Shield for it. Now, the start of City Escape is very close to Downtown Race, with one exception, is that here Migas is going to attempt to grab a few rings, so that he is going to do a tech later on called Stack Speed Shoot. As we get there, I'll explain it much more in depth, but for now he's just going down, collecting as many rings as possible. Right here, right after he gets off the rails, he attempts to use a Black Shield to cancel his momentum, or else he would go into the wall and lose all of his momentum. Overall, Metal Sonic also jumps much higher, allowing him to easily cross that gap. And now we're gonna see what's called a Hyper Launch, where he attempts to jump off a rail, a jump pad much faster than other characters. That here is where Stack Pit Shoes appear. Stack Pit Shoes is a technique where the game isn't naturally prepared to have two speed shoes active at the same time. So the rings on the checkpoint allow for two speed shoes to stack on top of each other, allowing for much higher speed. Right here, contrary to popular belief, Sonic and Shadow is actually much faster to go around the loop. However, in this case, since Metal Sonic has the infamous Black Shield, it's much better for him to actually skip the loop and use the Black Shield to jump and go much faster into the ground. So if you're ever trying that, you should only do it on Metal Sonic. So that's one special functionality. Right here on the loop, it's gonna do a launch, and as you can see, it's you can very apparently see the effects of Black Shield. As he's going up, he's adjusting his momentum with Black Shield, and loop speed or loops heavily affect your speed in order to more easily cross these technical sections. However, we can abuse that by leaving the leaving the loop and abusing that extra speed. And due to Black Shield's extra gravity, you can actually get locked out of the loop, allowing you to go much faster. Right here is another loop, another loop that you abuse, and you instantly escape the loop, allowing you to get launched much farther into the stage. There is a much riskier strat where you go immediately into the gold ring. However, the camera is very unreliable in that case, so it's mainly saved up for individual levels. And in this showcase, it's a more of a complete speedrun. So if you want to check out individual levels, you might see a much cooler skip in those situations. Right here, at the start of Green Forest, he's gonna abuse Black Shield's extra White Jungle, sorry. True. He's gonna abuse the extra acceleration to abuse the initial dash speed of the ring. You should not keep it always, as Black Shield heavily mitigates that only uses for acceleration while walking at the top speed. Here is just a simple loop skip that we abuse extra jump height from Metal Sonic, and right here we're gonna see called Black Shield Storm.
It's now.
Okay, it's now. So as you know, you need to somersault below it. However, you can easily save the reduced height and not somersault and just use the Black Shield. The game incorrectly thinks you're still somersaulting, so it decreases your height. Right here you were just abusing the fact that it has a higher jump, so we can just jump above the stage, no issues there. Once again, using Black Shield to increase the acceleration. And now, as usual, Sonic and Shadow usually touch those springs. However, you can skip them.
They can also use the death sword. Yeah.
So right there, we're gonna be using the speed that we get and find to get accelerated and to get the developers didn't expect to go that fast. So the springs just don't work as long. Now for Green Forest, this data is very quick in most speedruns, so Metal Sonic no exception. As he very cool, very cool walking up a tree, and hopefully Miguel is able to edit very hard. Right there, at the very single line inside Black Shield and Clevis, allowing for much faster collision with the ground. This is quickly White Jungle, and these are more or less copies of another version. For this vine, it's a very small optimization, but we want to hit the rightmost spring, so we get less time in the spring. And now, let's see. Okay, he managed to start climbing up the tree. This is more once again an abuse of loop gravity. While it's there to assist in more cinematic loop sequences, if we manage to actually break out of the loop, we can abuse those extra mechanics and those additional physics that the developers made to abuse that. Right here is a simple bungee skip, where you just skip that last section, which is very slow. So being able to skip that is essential for anyone that attempts any of these skips. And now it's just a run for the end, nothing too important. We just here it's much simpler to do it on Metal Sonic due to higher jumps, but it's pretty similar depending on Sonic or Shadow. Skyrail is a very fast stage, so don't blink. Here, there's no point since the rail is so small to do the backwards sliding, as it mainly affects your acceleration. So right there, we wouldn't have enough time to accelerate. However, in these next rails, we're going to use somersault cancel. Oh,
I messed up.
well, you messed up. Don't worry. As there's a lot more
we'll try again.
situations. Very. Okay. We're gonna see again. Where he's gonna somersault cancel in order to start the rail backwards and accelerate. As this rail is big enough for that acceleration to actually matter, as we see prior, as now we can actually like jump here, while when we went forward, it would make it extremely difficult, if not straight up impossible. This is a simple skip, and now we're gonna. Oh,
Got nervous.
it's fine. So now we're gonna see once again the somersault cancel.
My bad. My bad.
Oh no.
Okay, now it should be fine.
Now the camera resets. This game's camera is very iffy, so any adjustments to the fryer is very hard to come back from. So for individual levels, we will just reset. However, this is much simpler to do. Right here, we're using the fact that we had higher speed prior to jump immediately there. Right here, the rail once again is not big enough to use the acceleration, so it's faster to just accept and just go forward. And this is Skyrim. Individual level speedruns, you wouldn't see those kinds of uncertainties, but if you want to check those out to see more home complaints, always go check it out. Radical Highway has a few things that you're gonna be very surprised. As prior to these stages, I said that Metal Sonic has no access to spin dash, but we're gonna see a very special spin dash. Right there, he went on the leftmost side of that section in order to immediately go into that turn on top. Right there, this object is a very special object where the developers forgot to cancel the possibility of doing a spin dash. Every single character, including Amy, which also does not have a spin dash, is also able to abuse that and spin dash. So Metal Sonic is one of the few moments where Metal Sonic can actually spin dash and abuse other characters' functionality. As we see there, usually Sonic and Shadow have to do that parkour, as if you ever played this game as you were young, it was definitely a very annoying part. But right there, Metal Sonic is allowed to abuse his incredible gravity to just simply abuse the spin. Right here, right here, usually the skip to the side is it's much better. However, if you ever play this game, you'll know that the camera there is very convoluted, very difficult to use. So any mistake there is more than acceptable for full game runs, unless you're going for world record. However, this marathon is mainly a showcase, so we don't have to be that worried about it. Right here, there is a Taz level skip that you can do. However, we're not going exactly for that skip. He's going for another skip, which is you go directly into the speed up section. He messed that up, but as you can see, it's very precise when it comes to positioning. So, and it's also very worth to do it. So any reattempts is actually much more efficient. So we'll see how many attempts
I'll
it would
just
actually
try one
take.
more time. 'Cause it's really cool.
We're gonna
watch.
trust. We're gonna believe. It's a very cool one where you're just not expecting it.
Ah, unfortunate. I
Sad,
think we keep
sad.
going.
Yeah, it's probably more safe to just keep going. However, if you want to check out the full one, you can also go check the individual run. Or the test of this stage, which is very cool, the test of this stage. Where there's a massive skip. So if you're ever interested in those sort of skips, you can always just go check them out. So right here, it's the same thing. We have used the reduced gravity to accelerate much faster with Black Shield, but then to get the top speed, we just don't Black Shield. Usually only want to use Black Shield to to keep the acceleration. However, running as Metal Sonic is actually higher top speed, so you shouldn't try to keep always the Black Shield. Black Shield is a very iffy one, and if you this might seem very simple to do, but Black Shield is a very iffy one. I personally am very very confused by it, and you can see the niggas abusing it like it's no iffy. Final Rush, a very risky stage as a whole. We're gonna see a very huge skip that Migas will probably try. And this skip is very good, even if you miss it 2, 3, 4 times, as it skips the entire stages. However, it has a very big amount of invisible walls here. Right here, as you can see, it touched the invisible wall. So that section has around 4 invisible walls in different directions, and there's a small gap in between them that you can abuse and try to circumvent around it. However, due to the lack of visuals and the very high amount of time that you have to be in the air, it's very difficult.
I think we're gonna keep going. There's also a cooler skip
Right.
later, so it's fine.
That skip, while very cool, it's also not that much interesting, as after he passes through the invisible walls, you only see about dead space, and you just hit the goal ring. So the remaining skips are more intricate, including once again wall running, which is always cool if everyone has ever played Titanfall, for example. It's a very cool thing. Here we have a launch,
Gravity
and
messed me up.
Usually the launch is much lower. However, even with a launch like this, it's actually more efficient, and that's mainly a Black Shield shenanigan, most people usually call them. So there's not much of a worry. Right here, this part is very annoying on other characters. However, Metal Sonic, you can just see, he just jumps above everything. No rail shenanigans, no jumping, no getting stuck in the rails. You just go up with your increased height. However, as you can see, he's very precise with it. This is just impressive. Oh, he goes directly there instead of going to the usual ones. And right here we're gonna see the sliding, where he kind of just floats, and he's using the Black Shield to adjust his direction to be directed here. And this keeps a huge amount of the stage, where you have a ton of rails, right here. Once again, since the rail is long, we're gonna use every single backwards speed that we can manage. One very important thing is that if you're going backwards, it's actually much harder to jump off the rail, as the game isn't made to simply jump. It's made with a much more convoluted. It's made with a much more convoluted physics engine. So if you don't see him swapping rails, that's mainly because of it. That it's more efficient to just keep the speed instead of going through the weird and convoluted physics that this game has. Right there, he missed the skip, but it's fine.
Try again, and
We try it again. It's a very cool one where you just get launched. Every single time you see Metal Sonic getting launched, it's just a feast for the eyes. There's no words that can describe. Like, it's so incredibly cool. And now we're gonna head into the last stage, Final Chase. This stage does not have that many important skips. However, this is also as the final stage is very execution based, and Migas is gonna show off the perfect execution that he get in this stage.
almost perfect. Also, I'm not sure how to play this stream, so I'm gonna say time when it's supposed to end. But Maximilian, if you can say as well.
Yeah, I'll say time.
Just I'm not sure which one is the correct.
Yes, it's as soon as he touches the goal ring. So, as usual, anything to do with gravity.
Be ready for
Metal
time?
Sonic.
I hope. Time. Sorry.
And it's time. Okay, so that's the full run. That's Metal Sonic's unique physics in this game, which makes him much more standout character. Even though he doesn't have skills, it makes it very entertaining to play and to watch, especially to watch, as I personally cannot do that, but Migas here can. So big applause for him. and as he's more adept with the speedrunning community as a whole, I'm gonna give now words to the actual run for this amazing run.
Yeah, thanks. So, yeah, it was alright. Sadly, could not show off some cool skips in some stages, like the complete wall run in the tree of Green Forest, the last skip on Metal Harbor, that Radical Highway one, the Final Rush one. But yeah, overall, I hope you all enjoyed it, and thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah.
Hopefully later, when Ace goes to play also SA2, he can show off what I couldn't. And yeah, please stay tuned and tune in for Ace, absolutely, and the rest of the people here showcasing Metal Sonic, because yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed it. Was a okay run. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting and having me here.
The speedrunners always say it's an okay run. I couldn't have that thing there. Right, but thank you all for taking part of your time to watch SC2 and every other category in this stream to show off amazing Metal Sonic. Best character.
Yep,
Sometimes
best
people.
character. Mm.